What's going on, everyone? So in the upcoming Scream 7, it was supposed to be more focused on Sidney Prescott, kind of her family, her daughter, Tatum, her friend group, stuff like that. And then we got the announcement that the Meeks twins were back. And it was like, okay, so that's great. Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding Jr., right? They're returning as Chad and Mindy Meeks, right? But how is that going to work, right? The core four, they're together, right? That's their thing. Could they maybe argue that like Sam and Tara are off doing their own thing, right? After the events of Scream 6, they just wanted to kind of get away, right? The end of Scream 6 was kind of Sam and Tara kind of letting go of each other, or Sam letting go of Tara, kind of, the metaphors and stuff. But it was like, okay, well, Gale makes sense because Gale's going to go wherever Ghostface goes. On top of Gale going wherever Ghostface goes, you also have the relationship that they've built and grown, right? They kind of have that love-hate relationship, right? But they still have a love for each other. And if Sidney called Gale, I'm sure she would be there immediately, and vice versa, right? If Gale called Sid, she'd be there immediately, and vice versa. It's like, okay, is that the same thing that happens with Chad and Mindy, right? Do Chad and Mindy just did they rekindle a relationship maybe through Martha and just wanted to go see Sidney, or maybe they became friends with Tatum? How is that going to work? Well, there is a rumor going around that explains why they are involved and why they are with Sidney and whatnot. Now, it's not a major spoiler. One, it's a rumor still. We don't know until it actually happens. It's nothing major. It's not going to spoil any key plot points or anything like that in the movie. But I know some people don't want any information in that regard. So give you a chance to kind of step away if you wanted to. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel on your way out. But give you 3, 2, 1. All right. If you're still here, I assume you don't care. Again, it's nothing major. It's not like some key plot point, or it's like, oh, that's who Ghostface is, or anything like that. But according to Brittany Vinyl, this is where I saw it from. I don't know if the information came from elsewhere. But Brittany Vinyl is where I saw the information from. So originally they posted back on February 4th, major Scream spoiler, allegedly, that Gale is the one who brings Chad and Mindy into Scream 7, that they were told, sources revealed that to them. And then we got an update from Brittany Vinyl that now that everyone's talking about it, Chad equals cameraman, Mindy equals sidekick reporter, again, relayed allegedly. So a couple things about that, right? We had information that was revealed couple months ago now that Gale would have a new cameraman, that there would be a cameraman for Gale Weathers. I even talked about, many others were like, hey, maybe they'll bring Joel back, right? Because they're bringing back all these old classic characters and whatnot. Well, if Chad's going to be the cameraman and then Mindy's going to be the kind of sidekick reporter, maybe they decided, hey, let's get into this field. Let's get into that line of work. They have Gale Weathers in their pocket, right? Not everyone can say that. So their relationship that they've built, their ability to do that. So I could see something where the Meeks or the Carpenter sisters, right? Sam and Tara, they, went off, did their own thing. Chad and Mindy, they are, kind of working for Gale, trying to learn the ropes. Maybe it's a college thing, right? Maybe they're trying to get some credits or something, or maybe that's the field that they're interested in and kind of want to do a brother-sister, news reporter, cameraman, news report type thing. Who knows? I imagine that you could do some pretty fun things in that regard. The question becomes, does Chad die, right? Because Kenny, right? Kenny died, but Joel survived. So you have kind of these 50-50 odds with Chad. Also, Chad has just been brutally attacked in every Scream movie. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he's brutally attacked again. But do they actually kill him this time? Do they actually kill the reporter this time in Mindy, and then also kill the cameraman and Mason? Do they die together? Maybe trying to get too close to something, right? Especially if they do the kind of cult dynamic, the cult element. Is it possible that the Meeks twins try to infiltrate that and get video and stuff, and that ends up meeting their demise? Something that could be interesting. I might elaborate that in a separate video, because that'd be kind of a fun, creative idea. But nonetheless, right? The Meeks twins being in this film, there has to be some sort of justification. There has to be some sort of reason as to why they're in the thick of everything, right? And yes, you could argue if Sidney called them and needed help, but why would is Sidney calling the Meeks twins for help? Probably not. Maybe if she discovered that there was like, a handful of Ghostface and it wasn't just like one, maybe two, if she like stumbled across the cult and it's like, I need as many hands on deck as possible. I need as many people that have been through this and understand it as possible. But they're also kids. And I don't think Sidney would want to like get them involved, even if she needed help. I don't think she would call the Meeks twins and be like, hey, need your help. Like I could see something where, Ghostface attacks. Gale shows up because it's Gale Weathers and she's going to go where Ghostface is. And in return, the Meeks twins end up showing up as well with Gale to try to get the scoop in the story. And, maybe Sidney's not happy about that. Like, I can see something where Sidney's kind of like, dude, like, why did you bring these kids here? Like, it's one thing if you want to come and you want to bring here, but why'd you bring them? And maybe Gale kind of gave him that speech of like, hey, this is showbiz. If you're going to be in the showbiz, you got to put yourself in the line of danger. Can't be afraid. You survive Ghostface attacks or whatever. Or maybe it's because maybe they find out Sidney was attacked and they want to help. And they're like, no, hey, like, maybe Gale did do the right thing and was like, no, you guys need to stay. This is, I'll go help Sidney. And maybe they're like, hey, no, like we want to go too. We want to be a part of it. Like, let's try to crack this together. We're here, right? This is the field and line of work we want to be in. This is what we're trying to do. Right? You could do some, I think that makes sense and would be fair as to why. And like also Gale, I could see kind of, because she is not the same cutthroat, ruthless Gale that she was, when we first met her. She's kind of, she hasn't grown, the heart hasn't grown 3 sizes that day yet, but it's grown like a size, right? She still, I think, would, throw somebody under the bus if she had to, but I think there is that kind of soft spot now that she didn't have in previous installments where I think I could see her kind of being more willing to like, like, hey, let me help them, right? She had a relationship with Randy, that's their uncle and stuff, and Martha and, Sidney and all that. Like, I could see kind of the relationship being something where it's like, okay, let me guide these kids. Let me try to help them. They want to be in this field. They're interested. They have that curiosity, right? But I could see Gale still being that ruthless, kind of cutthroat Gale Weathers. Like, I think she's still, here, hold my gum, right? That was a scary movie reference for those that don't get it. But, like I could see Gale Weathers, like, giving them the old Kenny treatment to a degree, and kind of, they're kind of a bit of the stepping stool, which I think would be interesting to kind of see how to Chad and Mindy kind of deal with that, handle it. But nonetheless, I do think that this is cool. I do think this is something that's interesting. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you love this idea? Do you hate this idea? Kind of mixed in the middle. Do you think like, yeah, this would be a cool kind of way to kind of get the Meeks twins involved? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.